What can you tell us about the West Virginia defense?
Really good up front. They've they really fly around and get off blocks. And they do a really nice job of moving their guys around from a front standpoint and mixing things up. So difficult to get them targeted. At times, but so it'll be a good challenge for us.
What goes wrong, Shepard? What goes wrong between them being so good up front and then having some issues with the pass?
Yeah, no, I think it, it's probably a combination of things, but, I think when they do, because they do a lot defensively. So I think when they do a lot, sometimes, they do get out of a gap and all of a sudden you get, you get a big play. So, but our guys are ready and have had a pretty good week of prep, so.
You just kind of play with a monster. Is there something they do that's extraordinarily different from other teams?
Talking about just
West Virginia defensively.
I'd say they're definitely unique. But again, they play a variety of fronts and quite a few versions of some too high zone defense. So, but no, it's they're unique, but it's not just anything that's super different than anything else.
You feel like you guys have kind of conquered that odd man front and gotten the hang of it?
Well, I think I think we had a lot of practice really against our guys, with some 3-down stuff. But again, it's the kind of reacting to the new and different pictures when they happen, and hey, a 4-high slants and becomes a 5 after the snap. How does that change that double team or something as simple as that, and just being able to get used to how that picture changes maybe right before the snap and then how that affects the combinations and how they work. But, again, it's been a process and everyone just trying to get better and a little bit better each week.
You guys talked about how good Will's preparation has been, even as the backup. Going into this week knowing that he's going to start 100%, how much actually will change for him this week?
It's been so much fun to work with Adrian and Will this week, or this season, because they both have been extremely active in the game planning process. And even though, like you said, Will hasn't played as much or as many games, but they're talking to each other, bouncing ideas off one another, telling me what they like, what they don't like, for whatever reason. And then, so, I think it's obviously he's running point and has a little bit more on his shoulders that way. But it's been a very collaborative, fun deal, the whole year. So good that it's not totally new, but obviously he is in the chair. So
we've seen Will had a lot of success pushing the ball down the field in his starts. On Saturday, it looked like he was just kind of taking what the defense gave him. Is that something that you guys figured might happen throughout the week?
I think we didn't know. They kind of changed. They played a little bit more true to high zone instead of some of the bracket stuff that they were doing. So it was a lot of quarter, half, and some different things that allowed for some kind of intermediate, pass game. But I think the thing that was interesting too with Baylor, I have to get my mind back. It's been a minute, but they pressured us a lot more too. And so again, they're a 30% pressure team. They pressure you 65% of the time. And one of the best things Will did in that game was get it out of his hand hot and allow us to get Deuce out in patterns in 5-man pro. And, and they couldn't get to him, and so, 12% of the time they're bringing the corner off the edge, which was not, we weren't expecting that much of it, but he was able to manage it and see it, and that allowed him, that probably some of those things were even down the field plays that ended up being short because of what they did and how he was able to react and manage it.
It feels like you've coached against the Stills brother, I think, for about every year of your career.
Yeah.
Someone you got to be aware of.
100%. He does a great job, and high motor, long, athletic, physical. I feel like we have a elite D-line pass rusher, every week. So it's he'll be a challenge.
What makes Ben Sinnott such a good receiving threat right now?
I think he's got natural ball skills. I mean, he really does, and it's something we've known for a while. But him being able to make those plays in the game has been a lot of fun to watch. It has been and will continue to be a great weapon for us as you start looking at, from a defensive perspective of how they see us with taking care of Deuce, taking care of some edge players, and then obviously some quarterback run game stuff. You're able to create some one-on-ones there, with your Y. So and he's done a good job of when the plays have come his way of finishing it and getting it done.
Was the do stuff and against Baylor, was that kind of a product of the game plan going in, or taking what they were giving you in terms of man coverage?
Both. I think we've been able to get him some more touches in the pass game the last few weeks, and then with some of the things that they did, it kind of happened organically there too. So.
How stressful is it for defense to have a running back that capable of catching passes and now a tight end that involved?
It's a huge, it's one other guy you got to think about, and it's what's been cool is we've kind of grown this season and is allowing the offense to generate opportunities to spread the field and get it in different guys' hands, and so his playmaking ability and him making plays has been tremendous.
With Adrian being out this week, now obviously Will goes to number 1. Coach mentioned Jake and Jaron. Who are you looking at as number 2 quarterback?
Yeah, both are ready. Both have taken reps this week. Obviously, as of right now, Jake would be the first one to go in and take it one step at a time.
So Sterling Lockett on the last trip, what kind of progress has he made?
He's awesome. He's awesome. Every time on tape, I kind of have a little bit of a flashback because his stance is the same as Tyler, and I'm like, holy cow, that was, so that's, he's great. He's working hard, is getting stronger. He's in our developmental lift program, and so he's getting bigger, he's getting stronger. He, studies his butt off, and excited to watch him keep growing.
What's your fondest memory of 10 years ago when you were the quarterback, you went to West Virginia and won that game?
Just winning, that's it. It doesn't matter how pretty or ugly it is. You're able to get in the fight and walk off that field with a win, especially on the road with a big-time Big 12 opponent. That's all that matters.